1:30 in the afternoon, we got dispatched to a call for a person in a trench working, and somehow they had gotten trapped.
And then the MDT updated and let us know that there was dirt falling in on them.
Person's up to their waist, up to their chest, they're up to their chin.
So that was when it kind of got real, and we knew that there was more to this than just somebody falling in a ditch.
Heard the call go out and immediately responded with them. I went ahead and notified Cobb's collapse team.
Could literally only see part of his hand and up to his chin. We saw a guy that was in a really bad way, and we wanted to get to him.
I made the decision to go ahead and start digging him out. The big concern for me was his breathing.
We were able to both come in from both sides on that edge, make it to him, and we started digging him out.
We got him dug out, got him down to his waist. About that time, the decision was made to start the IV, put him on some O2.
I realized that we could have a secondary collapse because of the unstable trench wall, and we went ahead and got done what we needed to get done, and then I got my guys out.
We took some backboards and just shoved them around him. That way, if this thing does cave in more, it'll maybe give him a little bit of a chance.
While we were driving there, made a phone call to the incident command.
I started getting pictures and coordinating with Captain Gover
to let us know what he had, what he was going to need from us.
So we showed up on scene. Cherokee County had laid the groundwork for a very successful operation. With the resources they had, they were doing as much as they could do. What you're worried about in a trench is a secondary collapse. You're worried about the dirt falling in on you. As you dig out, it weakens everything, and everything wants to fall in. You have these aluminum trench boxes, and the box goes in, and you work inside that box, and it's safe. It keeps everything out. So we had to create that box, or the best we could, and we literally were taking these walk boards and cutting 4x4 pieces of lumber to size to fit in a space that's as wide as your shoulders.
Myself and Dave, we were two of the first ones to actually get in the hole with him and start digging. Cherokee County did an awesome job of making initial access to the patient. So our job from there was to do what we could to continue digging him out.
We got down hands and knees, shovels, and we got all that loose dirt away from him so it wouldn't create more hazards.
We dug for a while and exposed what we could, trying to get both of his arms free while the rest of the crew was working on shoring up.
You know, we were making do with what we had, trying to give this gentleman the best outcome.
Squad 7 showed up on scene with the collapse truck, and they were able to help with putting in trench boxes.
Once the aluminum panels were in place, it was more of a all hands on. Engineer Blesner and I were in there together. Mark was down there in kind of like a squatted, wadded up position. I was lying at a 75-degree angle, my feet above my head. So Kyle Jost was holding my feet, and the digging, it was just little bits at a time. We found there was a rock probably about this size that had him pinned in, and it was against his abdomen. It was causing him pain. It was causing him difficulty in breathing. His vitals started to drop, and we just looked at each other and said, we got to go. We've got to get him out. Then we ran into a foot entrapment, and at this point, he's trying to literally rip his leg out of this trench, and it's not going to go anywhere. So we're trying to calm him down.
He had actually initially attempted to pull himself up out of the hole before we had dug far enough to actually release him, which we had to tell him to stop doing for fear of hurting himself.
We got the foot free.
That man walked out that night to his family.
Two crews worked together flawlessly. It was a perfect situation. It couldn't have went any better, in my opinion.